Protecting yourself with salt and rituals requires the next level, so hear me out. Those of you who want to be protected, who want to feel safe, you should think about one more tiny little detail about the new energy that is showing up in the universe, and some of us seem to feel like it doesn't appear there. So let's talk about how to actually protect your data and why it matters, just like your aura that you can protect. Let's speak about those applications that you use on daily lives. And you think like, oh my gosh, it's so nice, it's so helpful, it's so refreshing, it's so good. Okay. And we need to find a balance between amazing results that it provides and the challenges that it incorporates. Okay. So take a deep breath in and out. And let's speak about those demons. Talking about AI requires us to think that artificial intelligence is not just the robots that are over there somewhere, but artificial intelligence is the tool that is created by people just like us to use it for the good and for the bad. It's just like with money, with energy, with everything. If you use it for the sake of good, it does good things. If you use it for the bad, you understand. So thinking about your data and thinking why it matters and why we shouldn't test all the AI apps like giving our emails and permissions all over the place, we're going to talk a little bit about the DeepSeek and other apps that we use. It seems to be incredibly helpful that AI assistants understand us on a deeper level. We all have the play like ChatGPT, use all you know about me and help me do this or that. And it's funny, it's like cool, it's amazing. But we need to understand and we need to remember that ChatGPT, to be able to answer this question, analyzes the data that you previously shared. So for example, you shared with ChatGPT the information about your illness, about your family, about your struggles, about your wins, about your business, about different things around you. So ChatGPT stored those memories, stored those conversations, and has them inside of, let's imagine, a box. Okay. And when you say, knock, knock, I want to have the answer, ChatGPT says, ooh, I need to open this box. It opens it, takes the piece of information, creates a thread, and then shares the material with you saying, look, here is what I made for you. And in most cases, we say, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. We love it because it's new, because it understands us so well. But now let's turn it a little bit and let's go to the next level. So if ChatGPT understands us so well and understands our purchasing history or any other AI, okay? Any other AI. ChatGPT is just the example. And it uses the history of our conversations to provide value. Then we feel that, oh, it's so great, it's so amazing, it's so helpful. But we have to remember that ChatGPT was trained in this particular box with the things that we said. So depending on how aware you are when it comes to sharing private data with artificial intelligence, knowing that humans can read it because this is in their regulations, okay? But we shared it, okay? We shared it. We made the permission so that AI understands us better. But let's speak about those different little sneaky apps that use the data which we didn't consent it together. In some cases, we agreed for artificial intelligence to use our data, even though we think we didn't give the permission. I know it doesn't make sense yet, but it will go like to the right place, I promise. So let's imagine the situation where you try to use DeepSeek, for example, and in some countries it starts to be forbidden, and I will tell you why. Okay. So DeepSeek is a kind of application that gathers information not only from the conversation, putting them in a box, but also from other experiences that you have online. For example, what you purchased, who you were speaking with, what were your previous choices, what were the websites that you visited, was your history of moving around. And there are different things that you gave permission for DeepSeek to use. So, like, it's not like bad that they are using this data because theoretically, if they are using it for the purpose of good to serve you, then theoretically it is okay because you gave permission for that. Just like we gave permission for ChatGPT to use our data. And to be very transparent with you, I'm not using DeepSeek, and I will tell you also in a moment why, okay? And why it matters to you, for you, why it matters. So when we give permission for any application to use the history of our purchases, to use our cookie files, to use anything, okay? Then this application can use it for the sake of good, or it can also use it against us. For example, manipulating the information that we see, manipulating the results that we see on the screen, manipulating the reality that we perceive. So there are various ways, including, of course, thefts, which is like the next thing. But I didn't use DeepSeek, and I don't plan to do this, even though initially when I read the information about this application, I was like, whoa, it's amazing. Because theoretically, from what it was written, number one, it was trained very fast. Number two, it was trained very cheap comparing to the other AI applications. Of course, I know that data do not always support this thesis, okay? Number three, it provides amazing results. And compared to ChatGPT, when I've seen the quality of, for example, pictures, which is of my main interest, like, duh, I thought, amazing, I'm gonna try it. But later, I started reading the deeds in their regulations related to what kind of data they gather and understanding how precious our data is, how precious our energy is. We get to protect it. And there are a few ways that we can do it, starting with raising our awareness. So if you don't know that you might have the energy leak, you don't know how to like stop the leak. Okay. If you don't know that your energy matters, you can't manage it or help it to rise the vibrations so that your life is better or amazing. And it's the same with data. Okay. It's the same with AI. It's the same with everything. If we don't know, we need to think about specific things, we don't do it. So basically, in my practice of working with clients, I always use the apps that are safe. I always read the details about this application, and I always verify the quality that it produces. This makes me a little bit different from a lot of influencers and AA marketers who say that, oh my gosh, test this application. It provides zillions of results in a few moments. And then people start buying this application thinking that it's going to solve all of their issues. And they are losing their data privacy as a side effect. And this is what I stand against. Because in the future, like fast forward 3, 5, even less or more years, you and your children need to feel safe knowing what kind of data you shared. Because if we, like being 100% aware, we share our stories, pictures, and all the things with artificial intelligence, expecting it to forget, like it's stupid. It's clear stupidity. So we need to raise our awareness. This is step number one. Number two is we need to understand where is our lever? What is the leverage? DeepSeek is very good when it comes to providing results, but it is not safe. So it is not safe for you to use it, but also it is not safe as the solution itself because the tests conducted by the university experts prove that DeepSeek has the ability to self-replicate and it is not protected from like running away from the jail and self-replication. This is the red line that scientists and business experts and technological experts created so that AI doesn't have the ability to self-replicate. For example, if we want to turn it off, then it should theoretically be turned off. But a series of conversations allowed scientists to create a backup copy of the system just because AI had this kind of self-preservation mechanism that artificial intelligence usually should have turned off. So that if we as humans, regardless of how smart or not smart we are, We have the ability to turn off AI. But in this particular system, out of 50 tests, 50 tests that scientists conducted, the AI didn't pass any test. So it is extremely unsafe. Compared to the others, like 90 something percent, they are safe. So, of course, there is some threat, but you need to be very, 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 very good at what you're doing to stimulate AI to go through this red line. So, why it matters for us as spiritual people? We understand that as humans, we need to protect our soul, but we also need to protect our reality, our body. We need to protect our assets, which is, for example, money, investment, the information. So once we have this awareness, and once we know what AI can do, we need to consciously decide what are the areas that we actually need AI for, and what are the areas that we don't want AI to touch. For example, if I select my shopping list, I do it by myself. I'm not asking AI to create a list of macros or anything else because I can do it by myself. And this is kind of interesting and challenging. And it makes my brain work faster because I challenge my brain to do different things. Then, when we continue, the targeted ads that are targeted using artificial intelligence are super efficient. And it has both sides. Like, for example, the first one is yes, of course, AI understands you better, so it provides better products for you, like better suited products for you. But at the same time, it can overuse the information to push some crap to you so that you just purchase and lose your money. So now let's answer how those demons aren't necessarily evil, but they are very curious. So the data demons, let's imagine them, data demons that live within artificial intelligence, are those that gather information. They walk around, they put the information into those tiny little boxes so that you can open them or not if you don't know that they exist. They want everything, your favorite crystals, your deepest fears, your biggest desires, even what you had for breakfast. They want to know all the information. Like, imagine that they are info junkies, okay? They want to gather it all. So imagine now that those data demons are whispering to your biggest desires or your biggest fears, putting certain products in the conversation. Imagine how efficient they are, reading your past and reading your desired future. And understanding this, we need to feel like protecting our energy and protecting our autonomy is also a matter of protecting our decision-making process, our freedom. Because I'm not 100% certain if we can protect ourselves against all the influence from, for example, AI that understands us so well. It's as if you had a fake friend who knows you so well and is trying to push you towards a weird investment or weird purchase. You trust this person because they understand you, because they listen to you, because they empathize, and feeling how vulnerable humans are and thinking about how machines can abuse this. We get to concentrate on what are the applications that we actually can and should use. What are the fields where AI should actually be introduced into AI business into our businesses, so that we're still people holding the wheel and driving this car, not necessarily allowing AI to drive everything and destroying everything on the way. Then let's think about having the followers and building our businesses and why it's so important for us to drive this car. When we ask artificial intelligence to create the description of ourselves and our businesses, AI is extremely efficient. I'm going to share the prompt with you, which you can check, by the way, just below, okay? Below this video, you will find this prompt. So how can we ask artificial intelligence to create a business model for us that is perfectly aligned with who we are and what we offer? So today I tested something new and I will tell you what I have. Okay, so just give me a second to share my screen. So the prompt was very easy. You have to remember that I used ChatGPT 4.0 because the old free version doesn't have access to your to the memory of conversation. just to tell you. I have a quick question, and I need your honesty from AI. Okay. Knowing me a little bit, if someone asked you, what would be the services you would recommend me for and why? Great question, AI replies. So you feel, oh, I asked a good question. Yeah. Based on everything I know about you, your expertise, passions, and strengths, I'd recommend you for these areas. And those areas are true and they are real. But the most interesting is the bottom line. You are the go to expert for helping spiritual entrepreneurs and service providers use AI to attract clients, craft offers, and scale their businesses while blending mindset, energetics, and ethical marketing. Like, wow. But how was artificial intelligence able to craft it? Well, the answer is easy, based on the history of our conversations. Imagine that other applications gather all the information that you share willingly or not willingly, listening to what you're saying and using it against you. And it's not for the purpose to threaten you, to scare you. Of course not. We get to understand that in contemporary reality, we need to create the movement to awaken people, not only spiritually, but also intellectually, so that we can combine our powerful, beautiful minds and create safe space for all of us. Because soon humans are going to be facing the challenges related to the development of AI. And those who understand AI are going to be critically important for the preservation of our species and making it a thriving place for everyone. So I challenge you to drop a comment below. What is your perception of AI? How do you feel about AI? And I wanted to really thank you that you are so engaged, that you are so in this topic, that you stayed till the end of this video, and that you feel it matters to you too. Sending you all the positive vibes across the digital ocean. And see you in the next video.